tôi nghĩ là ổn. Ờ, chờ mình một tí rồi phát sóng được đấy. Nay stream sớm nghỉ sớm các bạn ơi. Đây thì cốt truyện Furina. Một cái câu chuyện mà tôi đã nói là tôi sẽ bỏ game. Tôi đã từng nói thế, yes, tôi đã từng nói thế và tôi đã suy nghĩ lại. Sau rất nhiều những cái sự suy nghĩ, cụ thể là viewer thì tôi không nghĩ là về lý do của viewer đâu, mà một phần lý do đấy đây tôi không thể nói được rồi. Thì cũng như là một phần là tôi coi tiếp cái sự kiện đó thì tôi coi tí tí thôi, cố gắng nướng ấy, do là tôi buộc phải quay lại để mà tôi đi mấy cái nhiệm vụ hàng ngày này. Thì tôi thấy là con Furina nó chấp nhận tất cả mọi thứ, kiểu danh dự luôn đấy. Mà, nói chung là nó muốn tham gia vào sự kiện đấy, tôi nghĩ là tôi muốn thì ra tốt cái gì đó đấy. Thì chung là vậy. Còn chúng tôi sẽ cố gắng không có, nói chung là không có nói nhiều quá nhiều về trong cái là bày tỏ quá nhiều cảm xúc giữa cái sự kiện mỏ neo và sự kiện cái gì ra Icon không phải là mỏ neo, Icon là cái gì. Tôi search lại Google rồi, cái đấy là chó, nó không phải là Icon. Nó khác biệt nên là tôi nhớ ngày xưa quá đi, ngày xưa con này rất khỏe và bây giờ nó vẫn vậy, nó vẫn rất khỏe mà nó còn kinh đấy chứ. Nó khá mạnh, kiểu nó cũng gọi là hơn con cứu binh một tí, tại vì cứu binh thì nó không có deal gọi là sát thương liên tục được, sát thương nó không có hỗ trợ ấy. Con này có mấy con pet kiểu nó cũng có thể gọi là con pet hoặc là cái cột thu lôi gì đấy, mà thu lôi thì lạ quá bởi vì nó không thu xét vào mình, lại thu xét vào địch thôi. Nó lại đánh xét từ nó sang địch, dạ cái đấy thì đúng rồi. Thằng chào to đến hồi bây giờ đội hình mình cũng mạnh, không có yếu đâu, mạnh khỏe sạch sẽ mà, không hề yếu luôn, không hề yếu. Có con Seiyu lặng tròn, Seiyu thì cái lên cấp 9 rồi này, còn cái này nữa lên cấp 9 là tôi gần mới xong, cái này chờ lên cấp 8 nữa. Để mà đánh mấy con đá ấy, mấy con đá nó cứng, dùng cái chiêu đấy về đi. Có thể dùng kia luôn nhưng mà Claymore thì vẫn đập vào được, còn con kia thì không cần, cái con mèo không cần, không phải Miko là con cao, ai cũng biết đấy là cao bị gì. Ok, nấu cái món gì đây. Chào mừng đến với Monster Tab. Thề cái nhiệm vụ này nhiều vãi, tôi bắt đầu tôi ngán rồi đấy. Xong nhiệm vụ riêng của thủy thần thì chúng ta sẽ tiếp với lại cái nhiệm vụ kia, nhiệm vụ đánh La Hoàn con run gió, nó có skill mới, có chịu quá mất đi, tôi không chịu được luôn, kiểu nó khốn nạn đấy. Khốn nạn bất chấp tất cả mọi thứ để giết chết người chơi. Mỏ đá vẫn chỉ có một. Thì cũng là recall thôi. Kiếm Charlie đi. Kiếm Charlie Fish nghĩ là tốt hơn, có thể. Rồi bây giờ spend bao nhiêu kia thì đổ sang cái dạng tinh thể này. Rồi tiền mai xong này thì đánh cái này. Đây là chủ nhật các bạn ạ, nay chủ nhật. Cầm set này vào đánh cũng được, set này free lắm, không sao đâu. Ngày xưa cũng là chính tôi cầm con cáo này vô đánh. Ở đấy là có cái vụ gì mà đứng gần cái cục này, đấy, đứng gần cục này, nó có cái cục xét thì bao quanh mình rồi nó nổ đau. Rồi kìa không su bật rồi.
Right now, right here.
Tự nhiên tôi nghe thấy tiếng gió bạc. Gió bạc ở này. Cái điều ấn tượng nhất của tôi khi mà qua bên Inazuma chính là bạc kinh tức.
Right here, emerge. A sight to behold. Right here, emerge. Busted. Right here, emerge. Right here.
Mang bà bù bộ. Con này trâu phết này. Tôi là điêu đam, nói chung là điêu đam dài hơn, nên là không phải là núp rồi. Có mấy ông làm đủ mấy quả núp ghê quá, tôi cũng chả biết làm sao. Mình không bao giờ mình làm được. Thầy.
here, right now.
Ok, xong.
Over here. Emerge, right now. Emerge.
Ok, chết. Đây nào. Rồi.
Surprise! Let the magic begin! Ninjutsu! Here comes the catch. A sight to behold.
Hay nhơn.
Emerge.
Ui ôi, kinh vậy. Ui ôi. Wow. Tất cả đều tại cho mày.
Right now, emerge. Nothing lasts forever. Right here, emerge. Right now. Over here.
Cô công nhận nó trâu rồi. Yeah. Đó. Ừ. Rồi nó tìm đi flash. Đừng mày ô ô ô và ai chịu cái xin của chút tôi ra hỏi không biết không bạn thấy chưa nhỉ? Bạn thấy rồi. Rồi thì bắn bao lâu gần nhiều quá. Ây da. Thời các bạn có bị nghiện bao lâu lần thì sao? Biết là mình bắn ngu nên là mình bắn nhiều mà. Bù siêng năng ai út gì mà lại cứt tôi ở rồi tôi nói đấy. Rồi thì tiếp tục vậy. Giờ tôi sẽ bắt đầu sự kiện của Furina. Còn thực ra nó còn có cái sự kiện của mới mà cái sự kiện đấy nhìn giống Honkai vậy, trông giống Honkai, trông rất giống Honkai. Cho nó đều đấy 3 lần. Ok, vậy là nó rất quan trọng chứ không phải tôi lặp lại từ đâu. Tôi là bóng mới. Hô đủ này, đủ này, đủ này. Mà không biết là đủ kia không? Nào có đủ cái kia không nào? Ôi không, đói cái này quá. Thì tuần sau phải đánh thôi. Cố gắng nâng cái kia lên 8 để mà đập hình như là nó cũng không ảnh hưởng. Nếu không ảnh hưởng thì khỏi nâng đi vậy. Có mấy cái sự kiện mà để mà lấy 300 gen còn chả nghĩ là thiết đâu. Ví dụ như bạn chỉ cần một lần tích như này nghĩ là đủ. Bạn muốn có thì bạn cứ thế. Sao hôm nay mình sẽ chạy sự kiện của con này rất là dễ dàng chạy sự kiện thôi. Cố gắng chạy nhanh, mọi thứ sẽ tuyệt vời và tôi sẽ không cảm ơn người vật thứ đầu tôi ghét rồi. Về lý thuyết thì nên là như vậy nhưng mà đây là game 13 cộng, thế nên là tôi không biết 13 cộng bên Trung Quốc nó dạy trẻ em về cái điều đấy luôn đấy. Nhưng mà yeah, nghĩa là việc lợi dụng người khác, kiểu bạn chỉ cần họ thôi mà bạn thật. Nó vừa đúng một cái cách gì đấy mà tôi không nghĩ là có thể. Tôi sẽ cầm Furina, tôi cầm Furina.
I have high hopes for this journey.
Ok, tao là Phúc Calo, tao định leo lên cửa của một cái nhà hàng. Hello.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all.
Oh.
Allow me to explain. As of today, these two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction. You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's...
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying, the little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Đấy là lý do tại sao mà nó hơi không được.
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human. She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship. And even but one day, her true identity was exposed. And her world came...
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
Và ai cứ với cái khúc cao trào nhất thì chắc tác giả bỏ, không để trách.
We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
True-to-life tragedy, happy thì có quá nhiều rồi, làm tí drama, ít phát,
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're...
Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take...
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, Priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Vậy là nó cách cái sự kiện này không quá xa, thế nên là cái điều mà tôi ghét con nhân vật chính này thì nó không phải là cả với Mon nữa.
Poisson.
Something wrong. Oh my god, something wrong. The hell, you so stupid to understand.
Nothing.
Oh.
My presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show.
Trời, con này nó nhớ tên giỏi lắm mà. Đến khi nó nhớ cái sự kiện này ngu thế.
So, allons-y. To Poisson.
Yeah, to the one. Furina đáng yêu ngoan ngoãn. Nhưng mà không đáng yêu bằng này đã. Tôi đùa thôi. Chỉ có cái là cốt truyện nó C3 quá. Thấy thật nguyện. Tôi không biết tại sao tôi phải bắt đầu với lại cái này. Oh my, vậy là tôi có thể nhảy xuống dương. Ui, nhìn đẹp hơn hẳn các bạn ơi. Đẹp hơn nhiều.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
Bố
It's
mày.
me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
Yes.
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
Yeah.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
Thật ra thì ending thì có nhiều ending lắm. Chúng ta có thể có kết thúc mở, kiểu là nó vẫn sẽ là một cái kết thúc, nhưng mà giống như Avatar phần 1 là nó dỡ ra và ta sẽ mong ngóng, nhưng mà nên nhớ điều này. Điều này nó sẽ xảy ra nếu như mà cái cốt truyện, cái phần mà bạn diễn đạt trong cái body ấy, cái body paragraph này thì nó phải hay, mở đầu hay, liên kết chặt chẽ với nhau, cực kỳ hay. Thì cái ending bạn làm tệ như này không được, chắc là nó là mở, nhưng mà đừng có phải là cùng ngũ như tự nhiên đến đoạn zoom của bạn nó cắt.
Even once he's done,
khi
it
mà
isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
khi mà hai nhân vật đang nói chuyện này, yeah. Chứ không phải là kết thúc của nói chuyện rồi sương mù bạc đâu nhé. Cái đây có rồi.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll.
Okay.
Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
Con này thì tôi cũng không thể nào nói được, bởi vì con này nó cũng đâu có quan tâm, không quan tâm nó, tại vì nó không phải là nhân vật chốt, chủ chốt, nó chỉ là nhân vật kiểu nhân vật phụ như tôi với các bạn này, phải thôi.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet?
Đấy, ít ra nó phải như thế chứ. Mẹ, nhìn nhân vật chính mình xem, đéo thể chấp nhận được.
We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do.
Đúng vậy.
And
Là
if
vì
you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thế nó mới đúng chứ.
Thank you for your words of comfort, but for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
Okay.
It's okay. These things take time. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
Nghĩa là nếu như mà không nhờ con này thì con thủy thần này sẽ bị đập chết, kiểu như thế.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Không, kiểu tôi nghĩ theo kiểu tiêu cực thôi, nhưng mà yeah.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spinadiros anyway. That was all. Look after her now.
Okay. Trông vẫn vui tươi.
Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Friends cái đéo gì mày nhìn như công cụ nó không phải. Friend with benefit à? Tôi vẫn đều có một cái thiện cảm gì với bọn này đâu, không hài hước chút nào cả. Tôi có thể gì và sau cái sự việc kia thì tôi cũng không thích.
I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems, but that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me.
Chồng muốn tụ lại đập cái này.
I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes.
Thế thì khó làm leader rồi.
I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Thực ra thì bạn là leader thì bạn sẽ phải ghi kiểu này thành khen là có thể. Đây, cái này bắt buộc nha. bắt buộc này. Bạn là leader thì nó cũng có gần đồng nghĩa với lại độc tài luôn đấy nhá. Nó là ranh giới rất là mỏng manh, nên là các bạn nên hiểu vấn đề này.
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Ui, ông này đồ ấy.
Probably time we made a move.
Chắc bọn này kiểu này, con Furina này đến đây để tăng mực nước lên đúng không? Thứ.
How about we check out Spina di Rasula ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
Có khi mấy thằng quản gia nó còn sống rồi sao? Ui, overthinking nhỉ? Từ lên nhập vai. Cái này để tôi đi nhanh. Phần. Lô anh trai.
Take it easy.
Cái này các bạn vẫn đi lên được, nhưng mà sợ thôi.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Nói quá nhiều.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Okay.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my one after another. People were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would and all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true.
Ra thì cũng không được trách được. Còn game mình ghét lúc đầu mình ghét chứ, nhưng mà hiểu được cái động cơ phía sau, cũng như là góc nhìn của phản diện này, mình hiểu được cái đứng sau của nó. Con này làm bởi vì nó có động cơ, thì đấy là một dao kéo, nó buộc phải làm như thế, chấp nhận thôi. Ai biểu đấy là dao kéo.
But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
Không thể là như thế được. Hydro con không phải là mày, hiểu không? Mày chỉ thực hiện dao kéo thôi.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You are only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne.
Nào, vui vẻ lên nào.
Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom, but on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Các bạn ơi, chúng ta dừng lại cái khoảng cách buồn này một thời gian, thì tôi sẽ xin thông báo các bạn là tôi đã roll một trong những con nhân vật rất là xịn sò trong Arcana các bạn ơi. Rồi nó đổ kìa. Nó là con gì ạ? 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 Typhon. Yes sir. Như nào bắn bia thuốc lào, bún cần sa. Nó phải gọi là gì không? Gọi chẳng mấy khi các bạn ạ. Sơ. Ôi, ok, tôi tiếp tục nha các bạn ơi.
never imagined you'd see it that way.
Vâng.
Reward? I guess so.
Vậy là tôi hiểu lý do là tại sao bọn này nó là như thế. Bởi vì nó không hiểu cảm giác của con này, thì nó ngu. Tôi xin lỗi. Ok, thì tôi có thể chấp nhận vì mà tôi không tha thứ được.
Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in.
Bởi vì con này nó đã xem rồi, nó xem thì nó phải hiểu chứ. Nó hiểu. Xem
I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was. And believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Rồi con Doraemon thì nó không thấy thôi. Nhưng mà con này thì phải. Bởi vì con này chắc là não của nó như cái bộ nhớ RAM rồi. Lúc nhớ có lúc tự nhiên nó bay mất tiêu luôn. Ngồi khởi động chờ 30 phút. Chỉ vì cái Chrome hôm qua tôi bật phim sách mà tôi quên tắt đi, xong sức đào ấy, nó bị cái gì.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. At least the choice is in my hands.
Yeah, right.
Alright, it's about time to head back. Hello should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Ok, một chút bày tỏ cũng là một chút tổng kết. Đúng vậy, các bạn nên chấp nhận điều đấy, bởi vì đôi lúc là bạn nghe những cái lời mà người ta nói không khó chịu lắm. Bạn nên chấp nhận. Là một chút nói chuyện rồi bạn hiểu sao?
You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling your...
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again.
Cũng được, không gì.
We're back!
Could you
Put
maybe
your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Yeah. Xin lỗi, tôi là một thằng béo.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
Quay đầu thì không biết. Rồi. Hồ Chí Minh.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy.
Legacy.
She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe. allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
Ok.
You mentioned earlier that the troop was like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
Mẹ cái gia đình đéo thế này, what the fuck.
I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find more for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
Yeah.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troop and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty." One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troop.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to... yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Lucy finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Đúng, với tôi vài năm trước tôi sẽ nghĩ như thế, nhưng mà với tôi bây giờ thì tôi là chết, chờ nó biết là Mày nghĩ tao thối nát, nhưng mà thực chất thứ thối nát chính là mày.
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Đấy.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me, and perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
Nó là một cái thúc mộng. Nếu như mà đúng như thế là nó sẽ là một cái thúc mộng. Là con người sẽ chết vào ngày tận thế, nhưng mà cái việc sau đấy nó sẽ là cái gì đó? Là cái khúc cao trào, xong rồi nó lại chìm xuống, xong rồi nó lại lên một khúc cao trào nữa. Kiểu vậy.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace.
Mất
We
thôi.
looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of us.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply...
What? You kept...
It's time to be upfront with you all. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconcile. And now, that day will never come. So if I'm the
Drama
one writing this
quá.
ending,
Chết rồi quá.
And that we've all had our differences of...
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
honestly, I'm slight. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
Anh đưa gì? Không biết nó là đừng chơi tôi. Ở nhà lại nằm đấy. Làm dần dần đi, đến hỏa quất rồi mẹ, còn nhiều thứ nữa. Không dài các bạn ơi. Cái explore map này nó ngắn.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Okay, let's go baby. Má đồ ngu nhìn ngon, tính tiền được rồi. Ôi trời.
I think this journey
Ôi
is
không.
enough already without a roadblock.
Thôi
Don't
sao?
worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
Ngon.
Why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Không có thể là một great leader, ai cần phải đánh nhau. Doanh nhân người ta có đánh nhau thôi.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
Yeah.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I.
Aw, too bad. I was so
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Is cái dai thì tao có cầm nhân vật của tao đâu, tao phải cầm bút Furina tao tình thành Is còn mẹ. Ôi là trời.
Use the spotlight. Ninjutsu.
busted.
Step on up.
Cứu cứu tao với chúng mày ơi.
Quietly now.
Over here.
Ủa,
Step on up.
thế là
Yeah, come on out.
Furina đâu đánh nhau được đâu.
There's still a long road ahead.
The show.
Rồi em gái, đánh nhau nào em. Yeah.
Over here. Use the spotlight.
À, quên mất. Quên cái gì nhỉ?
Ninjutsu.
Có bị cái gì ấy.
Dash.
Cái này đâu có phá được đâu.
Step on up. Let the magic. Over here.
À, xin vô. À, con slam của tao đây.
Yummy. Step on up. Hey.
Còn đúng con này.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Với cái đấy các bạn có thể leo được. Bạn cần phải có một cái gậy trống. Cái đậu xanh nó muốn lừa tôi. Nó bán Skibidi Toilet. Rồi. Ồ, cái nhà bé thế.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole
Nó đang bla 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 gì đấy.
So, You think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone. I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Không thể được.
Fiamma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone.
Vậy.
Unless you mean to suggest that Aureli's death had something to do with you.
Vậy.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hay là... Yes, sir.
Listen, Fiamma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show.
Vậy.
Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink paddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Okay.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Tại sao mày tức giận hả? Một cái hiện what the fuck?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered! She was the love of my life! And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show! How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now?
Hôm nào lồng tiếng ra này đứa ấy.
I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost! I don't ever want to see your face again!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
Hmm.
You're right. I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I
Right.
can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like if she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it...
I'm truly sorry.
It's all right.
Clearly, the end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
Được sao không?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Tôi sẽ mong nó là một good news. Thần Long, anh Long, anh Long, Long ơi, Long ơi, lưỡng cái Long ơi. Thằng Norton này nó cứ chửi mình sao? Oh my goodness. Đáng đủ mình đi gặp anh Long. Hello bé.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary, looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Vacher took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
Nó chết rồi mà.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the
Giáo
hope
như
that
vậy
her
ấy.
records would one
À,
day
nó
be
giống
of
vậy à?
use to investigators.
Đây là cách mà Wolverine hoạt động.
Wait, it cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Second is message on 7 at to see and was yesterday nothing lost struck time sorry blah blah blah. Wow, nó dài đấy. Purpose. Silo.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days... wait. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness.
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well.
Nghĩa là cái này là nó đã ổn rồi. Nghĩa là cái sự kiện này nó đã xảy ra từ rất lâu, đúng không? Nó là rất lâu rồi. Đi ngang cùng với lại cái drama của con này luôn. Thì như thế thằng Ba Chơ nó còn sống chứ. Thế thì tại vì bây giờ xong sự kiện này thằng Ba Chơ chết mẹ rồi, bắn lên thật. Đấy, vậy thì nó phải rất là lâu rồi. Các cái biên kịch này hơn mấy năm rồi đấy, chục năm, chục năm.
She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Là thế nào? Back to the stadium. Cái gì đây không biết. Sự kiện là vì với lại ông kia thì các bạn chắc không còn xem rồi. Tôi chỉ chú ý cái sự kiện nhất thôi, còn cái sự kiện kia dẹp chả cần lắm đâu. Sự kiện kia quá thừa, ra ngoài quá thừa đâu, không cần đấy. Có cái tôi lười quá luôn.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to...
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. To make this I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director O'Reilly and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Bây giờ đi, một đám đứa sinh ra và lớn lên trong một cái đạp xiết thì nó phải diễn xiết giỏi rồi. Nên đấy thì tiếp tục thôi. Hoặc là ngay cả khi không phải như thế đi thì bởi vì các bạn có đủ clue để mà cái đấy tôi để ví dụ thôi, nhưng mà là con thú vật cái thứ đâu thì nó là như thế rồi. Đấy. chúng ta là động vật mà các bạn thử cả đi, ta không phải động vật có bú thì ta là động vật gì, vật chân đốt à, thì đấy, với lại con này cũng phải tin là con này có thể perform tốt, không thể mặc kệ được.
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, if you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions love, hate, regret, and hope? Just, I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of—
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then—
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no—
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Chưa là gì?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No, that's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
Sao không bây giờ làm fan đánh đổi, quất vay ngân hàng tỷ đấy, thua thôi, chết rồi giờ.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
Đúng vậy.
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Đúng vậy. Cái cô
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
Ơi, nợ nần chồng chất, quen đi.
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on, we'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervila.
Đừng giận tao Nivelet ơi. Đây, Furina chỉ là cố gắng làm nghĩa vụ của mình thôi. Cô ấy không có ý đồ gì đâu. Đừng có bắn nước tùm lum người cô ấy là tôi đang mất pháp. Nếu như một con này đánh nhau thì nó chỉ dùng kiếm của tôi, không dùng skill. Vì nó vẫn chưa có vision. Đúng không? Beyblade nào đấy không? Ủa? Ai cứ... Ủa? Không biết ở đấy. Ủa? Bây giờ tiếc là tại sao cái này nằm đấy thì để vấn đề đấy buồn không kiểu
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You
à
were just guessing?
lô con gái để tao ham full này coi.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I'm truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life.
Right.
Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Nhớ.
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonists are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions.
Lead không phải là role, lead không phải là role, lead là chức vụ, chức vụ. Còn cái người acting là những cái người ở dưới, là vai trò, là role. Nhưng mà leader thì bạn nghĩ là vai trò của lãnh đạo là như này, không có. Leader không có vai trò, người ta chỉ hướng bạn đến mục tiêu đấy thôi, người ta chỉ hướng thôi, và người ta sẽ đảm bảo cái mục tiêu đấy sẽ hoàn thành đúng như vậy, chỉ như thế thôi, không có vai trò này, theo không ý nghĩa mẹ. Leader nó kiểu nhìn đơn giản nhưng mà nó khó, cao lắm, dùng não các thứ, phải thuyết phục nó, đôi khi tụi nó chả chấp nhận được.
Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage.
Nói là role thì cũng không đúng, nhưng mà thực chất thì ai cũng nói đến role cả, thôi chấp nhận thôi, không thể nói gì được.
This experience is not the point. I feel like I've learned and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalet.
You are very welcome.
Misa trông nó cũng không cao lắm nhỉ, trông mình lùn quá. Chào. Rồi các đồng chí có đánh lộn nhau nào. Còn sớm này là tôi còn sức đấy, tôi vẫn nói được. Còn tối tối thì không có sức mà nói luôn, tôi im như con hến vậy, tôi nghe nó nói mà chả hiểu cái gì. Ui, cái quả rôm cuối dài đét, cái áp cuối dài kinh khủng luôn, đi coi cinematic dễ chịu được, không ra ngoài trái là ai.
It's done. The opera Epicles is booked.
It's booked.
Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance.
Nghĩa là cái con Thanh Long đấy thì nó vẫn muốn con này trở lại, kiểu nó vẫn nhớ ấy. Nhưng mà nó không thể nói được, bởi vì sao? Nó là cấp cao của ông, cấp cao thì chảnh rồi đấy, chứ không phải lo là người bình thường đâu. Làm dân thiên hạ một khốn nạn lắm, ai biết được nó sẽ nói cái gì.
A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiumal and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation?
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing! Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up!
Ok,
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
và là hôm nay kiểu trông nhìn nó chán. Nên thằng này nó kiểu mày ăn táo của tao, tao chỉ ăn bánh táo thôi.
She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Cơ bản là sập đèn phát là tối om luôn, cháy như thế thì
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
kháng sinh.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
Đừng lên phải múa đi con.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Furina.
Miss Furina? I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask.
Đây là lý do tại sao phải có lãnh đạo này. Tôi đã từng và tôi đã và đang làm điều đấy. Ví dụ như là tự nhiên mẹ lúc đấy có thằng tự nhiên nó chết đi, đéo có nào là thuyết trình, cả đồ luôn. Đấy thì bất bố tôi điều động người khác không lệ, tôi có lệ. Mọi thứ vẫn rất là tốt đẹp. Và thằng đấy thì tôi ghim nó.
Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line.
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, what, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart. Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Vấn đề là bây giờ khách đang ngồi chờ ở ngoài nó quá nhiều.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Dance. Nó kiểu phải tại sao nó mọi thứ bình thường. Cutscene.
Is she here yet?
Will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et s'inventer, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Đi mẹ, nó không phải gọi là vãi lồn mà nó còn là vãi cả linh hồn. 10/10 có đánh giá cốt truyện này 10/10.
Is it just me? Or was that really Furina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything,
Tại sao con kia nó phải lên? What the fuck?
it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Mà đó là những gì mà bạn thể được cảm nhận.
Oh, so it was Furina after all.
She's back!
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Tức giận.
All right, calm down, don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Không có thể bị bắt cóc. Quên nó.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Yeah, được rồi. Vậy là bây giờ con này đã có vision mà nó đã sử dụng được vision. Từ đầu kỳ trở về đấy nhé. Thì nó bắt đầu nó nằm ở chỗ đấy rồi. Tôi vừa bị stress thêm lần nữa. Mình nỗ cái mục kia lên. Không ngoài vấn đề thời gian bốc nó ra thì nó sẽ bắt đầu ngứa. Nó không phải là gì đâu, nó kiểu khát nước ấy. Rồi chung là nó nổ cái mục lên ngứa luôn, khó chịu nhưng mà vẫn được. Chung là vẫn sống thì con này thì nghe thuốc cháo.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it.
Yeah.
I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I...
Blaming your bad...
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
So, any plans for the next step?
Đi ăn, why not? Không đi.
After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off! Ugh.
Thì nó vẫn lựa chọn biến mất.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Đi ăn đi em.
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do, yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade.
Nó bóng, tôi không chả biết nó nói gì hay.
But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others. I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what...
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating...
If a vision, then I should do my best to honor it.
Đấy. Chào mừng người có vision mới. Oh my god, you look so cute, man. Let me talk with you.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fizz. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Có thể. Có chỉ một skill này. Nhìn nhé. Này, nhìn ra tí. Đừng suy nghĩ nữa. Nhìn tao. Xong rồi. Tôi đào. Nhìn tao. Nhìn tao này. Nhìn tao. Thấy chưa? Mày dưới chịu hồi được. Dính ra hơi lở thôi. Yeah. Đó là đấy. Cái đẹp con liền. Cái đồ này nó hơi tông màu tối quá. Chuyển này cho nó đèn tí, hiểu không? Được không? Được. Vậy đấy là kết thúc của app Furina. Cho nói chung cũng được, tôi thấy là ok đấy. khá ok, nhiều vấn đề và nó không cho tôi vô lực của bốn hạng. Chị ơi, cầm kiếm đi trên đường có bị bắt không chị ơi? Không á, chị chắc không? Cái chị này đéo sợ này. Thôi mấy người này trải qua chiến tranh Việt Nam rồi. Tôi nghĩ là họ sợ đâu. Tôi xuống đây. biết là cái bu vào hoạt động không. Bây giờ này mình bao giờ đâu là nó chuẩn bị đi ngủ thôi, nên là hết thời gian rồi. Hello, đừng ngắt cả vào tao nhé, tao có kiếm đấy nhóc này. Không, bởi vì cái này này, bạn nhìn đây này. Thứ nhất là cái màu của nó rất là tối, kiểu sad boy ấy. Rồi cái màu này thì nó rất là đẹp, nó rất hợp với màu sắc của nó. Và sao con này lại tóc ngắn quá, tóc bạc. Cái này là cái đuôi của nó thôi mà. Cái này nó chỉ là cái đuôi của nó thôi. Đó, cái tóc dài nó hợp hơn, hiểu không? Tôi vẫn thích tóc dài hơn. Cái này tóc dài nó hợp hơn.
How brilliant!
Ôi không.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
Không. Không.
Committed to memory.
Tôi đã để ý là một vấn đề. Con này bị nớp. Con này nó bị nớp. Hình như là nó nớp từ đầu rồi đấy hay sao ấy. Tôi nhớ là trong cái buổi ra mắt là cái bước nhảy thứ tư của con này nó có cái gì nè. Bây giờ tôi mới để ý hả? Hay là tôi bị ngáo à? Không, như này. Cái đi. Yeah.
Shower me with praise!
Oh. Cũng vui ấy. Sao nó lại đánh vô cái nồi đây là không, tôi không chấp nhận. Không, tôi phải bật cái action cho lên mới được. Action rồi. Không có cái action mà có cái ca ấy mà. Cô. Quest shop character. Có mà là rồi. Which run nghe về menu RC X press như là noti touch screen environment check tutorial theo UVB. Làm sao để ngồi đã? Remote. Camera mode cơ cũng mod mà nhiều đâu. Hai cấp 1 các bạn chờ tí check mở cam camera mode trong điều chỉnh. Cái độ ngon. Ui, quá dễ thương, có thể tuyệt vời, 10/10. Không remote. Nhìn trông nói chung là không đẹp bằng, hiểu không? Không dùng ép buộc thôi. Nói chung là không đẹp. Tức là cái hoàn ảnh trời của con này cute đấy, bởi vì nó là loli. Mình nghĩ là loli nào cũng như vậy. Này nó giống kiểu thú ngũ á. Không. Tức giận. Xe du của tôi không bao giờ như thế. Camera mode này khá là hay nhỉ. Không. Cái sự khác biệt của nó là cái gì?
The campaign begins.
Thêm con này đấy nhá, thêm này. Các bạn cho mình chơi tí. Happy. Happy thinking. Abos rồi. Listen boy. buồn cười. Ồ. Buồn ngủ. Thường buồn ngủ, buồn ngủ đấy. Trời ơi. Happy. Happy. Oh. Oh.
Coco, where are you?
Nhưng mà vẫn vui như thế này này đấy.
Jumpy Dumpty go!
Không phải như thế. Thế nó mới gọi là clean. Như đấy nữa ta đi qua La Hoàng. Qua La Hòa làm một vài ván. Không biết đó, nếu mà nó cho tôi cái spring như này tôi sẽ chết. Không tưởng unbelievable. La Hòa trong 9 phút. Từ hôm nay Mastery được.
There is no escape. Nice and simple. Let's light it up. Everybody stand. Ring cutter.
You're toast!
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Bubba, get them!
Teamwork is strength. Rain outlines your fate. Let me lead you.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
Cái này thì sao cũng được rồi.
Illusion shattered.
Nice and spicy!
Everybody stand back. Know my soul.
Đúng không đấy?
There is no escape.
Ring cutter.
Remove all obstacles. Now you shall perish.
Ủa, thực sự đâu.
Shattered.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let. Let me leave you a bird.
Shine down.
Cho lượng đam ở đây nó khá cao rồi. Trước là không ổn đâu.
Everyone hold hands!
Busted. The bond is strong.
Let's dance! No, no! Committed to memory! Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Dissipate!
No.
I'll protect us. This may turn
Ôi công, cái gì vậy? Mày tránh vào đâu vậy con? Trời ơi, mù mắt tao quá. Lại nhìn luôn.
Committed to memory.
Quả đấy không mù nữa thì nó thật.
Gotcha.
This way.
Không phải con người.
Let's dance. Roll, roll, roll. Hi.
Thôi thế thì đen quá rồi. Cái quả này hơi đen. Không không được. Ngon sao?
Hey.
Quietly now.
Our bond is strong.
Thực ra muốn kiểu với không thì phải chơi lại.
Committed to memory.
Cái gì vậy? Ủa, đấy là chiêu mới à?
Hi.
Thì nó rất là mới. Tôi chưa từng thấy được. Nó tính theo vòng mà nó không có tính cái best score đâu. Element Buster.
Finally, some target practice. Stretch your wings and raise a storm!
No, my sword. Everybody stand
Where do you think you are? There is no escape.
Nào, quy tóc của lâu thế.
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Get them! Yeah, go in!
Coming as foretold.
Let me lead you
With
first.
me.
Lắc rồi.
There is no escape.
Everybody stand back!
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
No, my sword! Ring cutter! Too fast!
Ủa rồi.
At least you were here to watch.
Ủa, con đấy trâu phết nhỉ? Không, có phải thời gian này nó mới căng này. Con thú vật, nó là con thú vật.
Let the show begin.
Không quên ra một miền Nam nào luôn.
Busted.
Roll, roll, roll. Committed to memory. Hi. Sharing my knowledge. Yeah.
Stand with me!
I'll protect us.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Roll, roll, roll.
Oh, follow there. This way!
Yeah, this way, Trina.
Busted. Take it easy.
Let the show begin.
Ừ.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Committed to memory.
Busted.
Trời ơi! Trời ơi! Trời ơi! Trời ơi! What the fuck? Nó lừa thôi. Ủa? Cái gì vậy trời?
Erase all threats.
Là sao? Kỳ vậy? Trời ơi trời, quả đấy đúng ảo luôn bạn ơi. Không 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 không. Đẹp đẹp, quả đấy quá ảo. Có lẽ là qua rồi đấy, không bị cái gì. Tự nhiên nặng quá, cho quả sâu vào đấy thì ai mà chờ được. Long hoàn sau có sâu nữa, nó còn chơi skill đấy nữa thì không biết nó.
There is no escape. Going in.
You're toast!
Witness the power of Gwa. Rain outlines his fate.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
Everybody stand!
Nice and spicy!
Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword.
There is no escape. Torn to
No escape.
illusion shattered.
Going in! Witness the power of Gwa.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Goba, get them!
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Hơi trâu.
This way, Furina!
Our bond is strong!
I'll protect us.
Quietly now.
Committed to memory!
Stand with me! Gotcha! Out of my way! Take it easy.
Let's dance! This way, Furina!
Busted!
Chung là vẫn có nhiều thời gian lắm. Là chỉ dễ. Rồi hết thời gian.
Gotcha! Stand with me!
Let the show begin!
Có mà đâu. Ui rồi, chết rồi. Không sao đâu. Tí ra tôi phải tưởng con tai phone. Dễ được bạn.
Finally,
Này
some target practice. Stretch your wings and raise a storm.
Know my sword! Everybody stand back!
Where do you think you're going?
Let me weave you a
Illusion shattered.
illusion shadow. Rồi, cái gì vậy?
There is no escape.
Ui, tích độ con này lâu quá.
Azuma shines eternal.
Ui thời độ con này là cái độ lâu tích nhất. Khó nhất là sao?
shall perish. Bound as one, like a 99. The eternal way. You're not done yet. There is no escape. Let's light it up.
Nice and spicy.
Rain outlines your fate.
You were here to...
Will avoid your fate. Gì vậy?
Let the show begin. Committed to memory.
Ủa cái đấy ảo vậy? Ủa sao nó lại đánh lên cái đuôi của con này? Quả đấy hơi ảo nhá, không đùa đâu. Cái gì mà sao cứ đánh lên cái đuôi của đấy mà vậy? Cơ cấu à?
Target practice. Embrace the storm.
Ring cutter.
Where do you think you're going?
Let's light it up.
Gì vậy?
Shine down. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
I'm going in.
Nice and spicy.
Know my sword. Witness the power of
Goodbye. Your coming was foretold. Dance with me.
Let's light it up.
The eternal oasis.
Teamwork is the show's only just begun.
Bloom as the flowers in
A
Furina.
minor setback.
Gì vậy? Hai,
Shine
một.
down. Inazuma shines eternally.
Ring cutter.
The eternal oasis. Long life.
Everybody stand.
Boba, get them.
There is no escape.
Chịu con em, chịu con.
Busted.
Hai.
Quietly now. Stand with me.
Go, Barbara. Everyone hold hands. Let's dance.
Game's up. Time's over.
I'll settle this. Just leave her in a little.
The bond is strong.
Go.
Ok, về lượng đam ổn định đấy.
Committed to memory.
Gotcha.
This way. Go protect us.
Wow. Wow, đông bể téo chịu được. 40% element burst.
Shine down. Let's light it up. No, my sword. Yeah, I'm going in. Let me weave you a torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Everybody stand nice and spicy.
Witness the power of book. Inazuma shines eternal.
Ba mươi mấy đàn, 30 cái đàn. Ồ, ồ thế thì dễ rồi. Con này thì chỉ cần đưa nó xuống thôi. Ngày xưa đấu với con này cực nhỉ. Bây giờ đấu con này như đấu tiếp view.
Our bond is strong. Let's play eternally. Stand with me. Committed to memory. I'll protect us.
Busted. Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over.
Our bond is strong. Yeah. Now roll.
Ôi, thì
Let's dance.
phi đần. Đấy. Đần. Cái này lần trước nó cũng dễ thôi, không quá như thế này. Ok, vậy thì đó là buổi stream ngày hôm nay. Xin chào mọi người trong buổi stream lần sau. Bye bye.